Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Starcraft 2 game hosted by yours truly, Alakard or Nick. Today we've got a Terran vs Protoss. Top right, red, is our Terran player, as is Winston. Winston the Terran. And bottom left, myself, Alakard, Protoss, blue Protoss. Woo! And here we go. So, good luck, have fun. Zelnaga Towers on this map. Again, I don't know the map name, but point out the Zelnaga Towers. On the bottom right, we've got here. It covers down the southeast corner, and then the northwest corner, we've got the other Zelnaga Tower. Nice thing with these Zelnaga Towers, they scout potential drops and or special force attacks. Just drops. That's what these towers are good for. They won't cover the middle, which is where the macro force will come through. So the macro force will have to be heavily reliant on unit scouting. So if you'd have like a zealot, stalkers scouting, or marines, just kind of balancing in between to scout and see what's going on. They have to just attack with your units, and if you lose the attack, make more army. If you win the attack, make more workers or something like that, depending on how far behind or not behind you are. Yeah, so I'm making a standard opener. Against Terran players, I don't feel as threatened, so I don't make my wall off like you'll see me do with a Protoss or Zerg player. So yeah, I make my things really close so I can get the most out of my mining time. And yeah, boosting that out, getting the gas. Looks like we got the barracks coming up. Fast forward a little bit. Scouting coming on. Here I come. Am I gonna get in? Oh, I get trapped. Proba's default set that way and is now trapped. But you think it's gonna be gone, but then, oh wait, what's this? It went through the unit. How did that happen? Well, it turns out if you have your probe selected, or drone, or SUV, you right-click a mineral patch. Just right-click a mineral patch. You will escape from those little engagement, those little corners there, because yeah, they like to mine, so they'll do whatever they can to go mine. Just right-click. So what's going on here? Well, getting gas, getting just the basics out. I need to get a stalker, but because I scout this, I know my opponent's not going to be very aggressive early game, unless of course my opponent cancels this and then decides to do something else. I'm assuming my opponent's not, which I shouldn't have done. I should have kept my probe there, but then again I would have lost it because of the marine. So really, I think Winston's doing the right thing here, just continuing making this, getting the most money, because if you cancel it, you lose money. So, but you could fake me out, and then I might be unprepared for the attack. So I don't know. Just little things there. SCV coming in to scout. Probe's coming back to mine. Next core is up. Fast forward. Sentry on the way for blocking. Taking down the ramp, or taking down the plates on the ground. Just so you can use that space to build stuff on. You just need to get rid of it. The reason why Blizzard makes or has made this little area at every single platform by a main is because Protoss players could put a bunch of pylons in the way, and then for Zerg players it would make it, Zerg and Terran players, it would make it really hard to expand early, simply because they can't get around it. Kind of an interesting thing. Bunker being placed down, supply depot. My Nexus is now coming up. Robo Bay, one Robo, one Gateway, Mothership Core, Photon Overcharge action going to be happening, maybe. Got a really nice defense. This is really hard to counter unless you got an Immortal, Sentries, and they're not using workers to mass repair this. Because once you use mass repair on the bunker, and you've got 4 Marines in that bunker, you can fend off a fairly sized army. So this is not something I want to engage unless I really just want to test the waters. And I might do that. Yeah, I might do that. We'll see. But I know my opponent's making Marines, so I'm going to have to go for Colossus tech, and I have to see if I'm going to do that here. Fast forward. My opponent's getting the 1-1 upgrades. Really cool for Marines. And I am just getting the... yeah, just about to get the 1-1 upgrades for Protoss. 1-1 upgrades are almost done. We're halfway. Stim. And there's the Robo Bay. Be good for the Colossi. They're going to come out soon. And what is this? 7 gateways. Making that in order to spawn more units if I start losing the fight or engagement. Keep my my units tucked away in the corner here in case they come up the ramp. I can photon overcharge, and then I can just use force fields to get to capture the Marines and finish them off and get ahead. We're both playing very passively. I think it would have been better for myself to have had engaged a couple times, but no, this way I can get everything working properly. I can focus on my upgrades, and I don't have to worry about cheese as much. Would mine in the front, really good placement. Yeah, my third's going up. Reason why I brought my third up around that time is because I did not pick it up. There was a reason. Oh, it's because I was getting too many minerals. That's why. I'm getting too many minerals. I'm not making zealots. I mean, that's the one thing. I don't know why I didn't. I mean, I make stalkers. I guess I really like the range and the ability to destroy medevacs, and I know stalkers can do that very well, and the Colossus can take care of the Marines, so that's exactly why I have so many minerals banked up here, and that's why you're not seeing zealots being warped out as much. Upgrades, how are those looking? We got 1-0 upgrades, and we got 1-1 upgrades. Nice little death ball for our Terran player. Terran player has a lot of resources still unspent. Gonna fall that down here. Ooh, Reaper is now in action. I can scout that out and be like, hey, we need army. Where's the army? Like, okay, time to get ready. Guardian shield, there's a time warp, there's another time warp. No guardian shield, lots of Colossus though. On the back, there are no, one thing wrong with Winston's plan is that he has no Vikings. You need about 3 Vikings per Colossus to be efficient in these engagements, otherwise they'll just kill. And this Colossus right here has 8 kills already, I mean, it's not even touched. And at the end of the day, army value. Also, he engaged in these time warps. That hurt a lot. Units lost tab. I guess my opponent lost a little bit more than me. Oh, went up a little bit more. This is why I like Colossus or Stalkers. Take out those medevacs. Time warp. These are engagements that Winston should be pulling back for instead attacks. Okay, he's just crawling away, trying to escape. Now Winston's gonna have to hold this if he wants to stay alive. I do not have an observer, so I can't scout that. My observer, I think, is further behind. Now I have to push the bunker. I mean, to counter this many Marauders, I would need probably another Immortal or 2. This isn't looking as good for me, just simply because I don't have an Immortal. I'm still engaging, even though I should be pulling back. My mistake on this little fight here. Units lost tab. About evened up now again. Actually, in Winston's favor. Winston is in the lead. The one thing I have over him is I got my third kind of saturated. He does not. So that might play a little bit of a role. I got a little pylon road going on here. help spawn in units. Upgrades are looking to be 111 upgrades versus 2-2 upgrades. Fast forward. You see I have a lot of minerals unspent. I have like 4,000 minerals unspent. With that, I should be making photon cannons, and that's exactly what I'm doing. Got to play a little bit more defensively with my main structures. The main source of income is this part right here. Lots of bunkers. How many of these do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 barracks, not bunkers. And a starport. 8 and 1. Just kind of messing up the death ball. 161 to 150, 161. Okay, so it's tied. Photon overcharge is almost ready. We got time warp ready for 75 energy. Comes the engagement. Alright, you can see I made immortals because I knew they had that many marauders. And time warp, still fighting in the time warp, not a really good idea. Also, concave is looking really good for myself. Looking good for him too, but now it's looking a lot worse. I got a really nice concave. My immortals are really busting through the marauders. Upgrades are 111. His upgrades are 2-2. But at the end of the day, the counters win the fight. Okay, now another chase back. It's kind of going back and forth with these engagements. We're going to see if now I can finish them off. Looks like we're seeing a tug-of-war match from the Starcraft arcade. Now he's engaging again. This time I have immortals though. Last time I didn't have immortals. This time I have immortals. Decides to run up to all my units instead of just attack. But with these 3 immortals, I was able to counter the marauders this time. And now the supply difference is 40. 141 to 105 in my favor. And I'm coming through. Yeah, immortals just do so much damage on these marauders. Now I'm just poking up. I don't want to engage up the ramp quite yet, just simply because there could be a trap or something like that. I just want to get all the free kills I can. If I need to recall, I cannot recall. I need only 8 more energy before I can recall. If I can just do enough damage here, all I gotta do is play defensively at home, rebuild my army, and I'll win. Just simply because my opponent doesn't have a base, doesn't have as many workers. And that's what would happen there. So I could mass recall, or I can fight this. The reason why I would engage this is because I have a better concave. He's got to go down this ramp here, plus that, on top of that, he's in a time warp. So he's got 2 things going against him. Just loses stuff left and right. He's at 57 and 30. Yeah. I'm at 135. Attacking up the ramp, and that Winston realizes it's not possible to win that. So Winston retreats and gives up, and then next thing you know, I come in and just for fun destroy everything. It's fun to do, destroy everything. A little bit of a dance, and dance again. Sweet. Yeah, so what did Winston do wrong? What did he do right? I would say Winston I mean, him making a bunker here, having Marines in there, and just consistently harassing, engaging. He didn't do any drops. I mean, that's what Terran players are kind of supposed to do. I would say is that they're supposed to kind of make drops and then do little engagements here and there, sort of poke and split apart my forces. But he did not do that. So my forces were always together, always organized, and I was able to just make the counter to the Terran's force without too much of a challenge. But then again, I did lose an engagement up here when I didn't have another immortal. But yeah, hopefully you guys all liked the game. If you did, please like, subscribe, and/or comment. And time to go conquer some worlds. Peace, guys.